What's up, everyone? My name is Kevin, KGart82 on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Chronicles. Thanks for coming by. How's your day been? You might even hear my kid. He's got a friend staying over. They're playing games tonight. You streamed earlier today. I wasn't able to catch it. Were you playing more Minecraft, or were you doing something else? Getting right into it. Ah. Man, tonight's going to be a fun one. Ah, Minecraft. Hey, Mooney. You should not be watching me, bud. Alright, ad break's gonna start. Alright. Here we go. Alright, ad break's gonna start in about 5 minutes, but I'm gonna start kind of getting things going. Again, working on the base, kind of exploring this thing. I have all kinds of ideas swirling around in my head, and I've been trying to figure out kind of where I want it to end up. But I'm liking how it's going so far. One thing I do need to do is what is it that I need to do? Sorry, today's been a long day. Not a bad one, though. All right, so we gotta finish these two spires to kind of get them in the same place that these two front ones are. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some design work in kind of this center open area that mimics some of the magic that I've seen in the show. Let's see, I think, here we go. Do I already have this up? Yeah. So I like the pattern work in the center here. So I'm going to try to see if I can get something similar to that going on. And then also I like how there's some kind of like trail off details here. So I'm going to try to do some of that with some extra geometry kind of coming off of those, curving out in different directions. And then I think for this center bit, I'm going to minimize that a little bit and have like one piece kind of coming up and then have kind of a surrounding almost like wind effect that's going to spiral from around it, which will, I think, hide the fact that her feet are attached a little bit more. It's not going to hide it completely because there's only so much you can do. But we will figure it out. All right, so I'm back to the wireframe here. I'm going to start using the move brush just to kind of move some of this stuff around a little bit, fine tune it. And then I'm going to start using the retopology brush again. Or not the retopology brush, the Z modeling brush, which allows me to manipulate the geometry. But first I want to get a nice flow. And also something I wanted to do, I want to thicken the back of these pieces a little bit. Just to get it, have a better structure to it. Hey, what's up, Josh? Good to see you. Let's see. Chronicles, add an Easter egg on the toy. Add a random boo from Mario on there somewhere. JK. It would be like, I would like to add some Easter eggs on there somewhere, because this is just for me at this point. I might make it available to people in the future, but I don't know. But I would like to put some Frieren runs in there. It might be fun to put something else in there too. I probably could hide a boo real easy in there with the white uniform. All right, and the ads are going to start real soon. How are you doing it tonight, Josh? What's going on in your world? I do appreciate. I did see you pop in a little bit last weekend, but last weekend was an interesting one, obviously with the holiday and stuff. So I didn't expect too much of a turnout, but it was still pretty good. We will see how tonight goes. I think I need to start mixing it up. I was there. Just quiet. Yes. But yeah, I need to, I think, take a little bit of a break from Lady Frieren and just finish the rest of the base off stream, and then do some of the engineering stuff, I think, on stream, kind of mix it up. I do have a lot more Odious stuff that's going to be coming up, so I think that'll be fun. Something new, something fresh, both for me and for all of you. Hey, Adam3D, good to see you here too. Yeah, so I'm just going to thicken up the back of this just to make this a little bit more structurally sound. Because like you were saying, Josh, because I do want to print this out in clear, and clear is just a weaker material. It's more brittle. So I want to at least set myself up for success, some success in that regard. Yes, it's super interested in the engineering. Yeah, me too. Because what's fun? Well, I'll wait a little bit for the ads to finish up for the few folks that are hanging out and aren't able to avoid them. I know sometimes the ads are short. Man, my computer's really jittery and laggy. I think I need to restart it after tonight. Might have too much running too. Been doing a lot of stuff in Photoshop for something else the past couple days. And Photoshop sometimes really just makes the computer chug if it's been on for a while. I don't know what it is about Adobe software, but it's just the way it's optimized sometimes is not great. So what have you been doing, Mr. Josh? Any playing with any new resins? And we're back. All right, so actually working on an exclusive for Toylanta. Oh, that's fun. Oh, Toylanta. See, I won't be there, but I have a small present. That's cool, dude. It's really cool. All right. Let's do poly group. Let's do poly loop. There we go. All right. Well, that's really cool, dude. Can you reveal what the exclusive is, or is that hush hush at the moment? Because I'm super interested. But I totally get if you can't, like, talk about it. Or don't quite want to talk about it yet, you know? Not sure. So maybe not. Yeah, that would be the way to judge that. If you're not sure, best to not share. Yeah, I have to do that a lot because I don't always know what NDAs we as a studio have signed. Even like stuff that I've worked on in the past that is like out and released, I need to be careful what I show. Like I can obviously I have to be able to like put stuff in my portfolio, but I can't put anything online of like Marvel stuff or anything like that. Um, at least not in any like permanent sense, and in the like 3D sense. Like I can show the figures and stuff, but I can't actually put any 3D models of that stuff that I've worked on because Marvel will know and they will uh, not appreciate it. They're very protective of their IP, and you know, not surprising. Okay, let's make this a little bit more of a point. And then let's do the same thing that we did with the other one. So I think this polygroup island, let's see. It's so hard for you to keep secrets. Oh yeah? You have the same problem that Tom Holland has? You just want to yap it to the world? Let's see. I was dying last year with the secret galaxy stuff. If I'm doing something cool, I want to tell everyone. Yeah, I know. It makes sense, you know? It's always fun to like share the cool stuff that you're working on. And it's tough when it's got to be like hush hush, you know? Okay, okay. One down. What about you, Mr. Kron? Are you still here? Nope. Chronicles is already gone. That's okay. Glad he stopped in for a little bit. Nice dude. It's kind of one of those funny things. I am connected to a bunch of gamer streamers, and they like the game content, and they can stick with that. But I think the pace of my stuff is a little bit grating for folks that aren't really interested in art, you know? Why did that go blue? All right, I think this time I'm going to make this pointy off the bat just to ease it up for me a little bit. So you're doing that stuff for Toylanta. Are you messing with new resins for that, or was some of the stuff with like the orange and the purple for that, or is that, or are you sticking with some tried and true stuff for the exclusive stuff? Nah, I'm back to normal now. Cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, I have to print some stuff soon. And it's all in the usual gray. I have a friend that I helped her out, and she had a mini, or they had a mini for their D&D group, and another friend made some artwork of their character that was close to what they made on Hero Forge, but not quite. So they sent me the file that they got from Hero Forge, and I resculpted some elements to it. Now I'm going to print it for them. And I'm excited to do that, but I've just been real busy, so I haven't had a chance to like do the print setup. And then there's something else I want to print as well. For a friend, one of the folks I moderate, she has a cat rescue, and I made her logo for the rescue in 3D, and I'm gonna print it and send it out her way. And I doubt she will see this, so I can talk about it. But yeah, she doesn't know that I'm doing that. That was kind of a surprise thing that I just decided to do because I was following her streaming before I actually started helping her out and moderating and stuff. But now it's going to be even cooler. I'm still coughing just a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's slowly been going away. I haven't felt sick in a long time. It actually kind of like hit me back again, like these illnesses this winter have been. Like you get through it, and then like a freaking week or so later, it hits you again. Super frustrating. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, and today I went to Frankenson's with my kiddo. He found some stuff. I found something for the wife too. So it was a good trip. I actually meant to post a little bit about it earlier, but just been busy prepping for somebody else's stream for tomorrow that I'm doing something for. A very minor thing, but it took a little bit of work. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in, Carrie. Appreciate you. Still got to get used to keeping everything central. Hey, what's up, Doom? Thanks for coming in. Has it been that while? Yeah, I know you weren't here last week, but you might have been here the stream before. I don't know. Like it for me, it bleeds together, and so it's hard for me to remember like who was where and what stream, you know. But definitely glad you're here. Yeah, we were just talking about things that we've been up to. It's been cool. It's been cool. Today I went to Frankenson's with the kiddo and some friends. He got a couple things. Picked up something for the wife. I did not get anything because the things that I was kind of looking for didn't really see. Like I saw some for like a price that I was like, nah, not great. And then there was a couple things I was like, oh yeah, that'll be fun. But just decided, nah. I'll save the money. I need to because, and I was already talking to Josh a little bit about this. I already mentioned last stream or 2 streams ago that I bit the bullet finally on a Hot Toys figure, the Zoe from K-Pop Demon Hunters, because I love that movie and I love that character. She is super cool. And I also mentioned on that stream that if I was going to go for any other character, it would be Jinx, because I think you mentioned Jinx, Josh, in that stream when we were talking about that. And I was like, ooh, and that kind of put it in my head. So that is what I'm aiming for next. But we will see, you know? Because right now the pre-order is closed. So unfortunately I cannot. Which is a bummer, but that's okay. I'm on the wait list. And I know Josh said that he's had success with the wait list, so I'm not too discouraged. But man, like, I love the Zoe figure, but the Jinx figure, just in general, is just such a good figure all around. The accessories, the sculpt, the soft goods. I love the printing of the tattoo work. It's really cool. Let's see. Have you seen... I would use photos on IG of Jinx, have I? I might have. I've seen a few, so I'm not sure if I saw theirs specifically. I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, no, it looks so good. I am fine not getting Vi. I mean, good figure. She looks great. But for me, I'm not a fan of that look of her. It's a great look. She looks good. I love the execution on her gauntlets. But yeah, no, I like kind of her more classic look earlier in the first season of Arcane. And, you know, it is what it is. Oh, automatic save time. Take a drink. I was silly and didn't get water this time. I'm just drinking some soda. I'll get water afterwards. Oh, and while I'm waiting, also, I got a new TISM toy. So I love fidgets, or I've come to love fidgets. Here, I'll go full screen for a sec. So I don't know if anybody's heard of stim mags. They're super cool. And I kickstarted a new version of them. They're called dubs. So they're just like bigger, and they're just really cool things that you can do with them. A lot of pattern work. And yeah, they're really cool. I am a fan. But yeah, they just came in today, so I'm messing with those a little bit. And I also have from my awesome friend Carrie, who's here in stream, her husband prints out really cool fidgets. You see I have some of them in my pocket. Just these little spinny things. So yeah, so I've got those, and I've got my new stem mags. I am in fidget heaven right now. All right, so now I got to get rid of this plane. Nope, plug island. There we go. Why isn't that? Oh, still extrude Q mesh. Okay. Gotta be really careful. There we go. It's one of the things with this particular tool. If you drag it too far and it's too close to other pieces of geometry, you can see the holes kind of like that can get created. So you gotta be really careful and not drop it too far. But also I don't wanna. There we go. But what have you been up to, Doom? Like you said, it's been a while. I know you at least weren't here last week, so what have you been doing, man? Are you getting any of the Hot Toys stuff? Are you a Hot Toys guy? Are you going to bite the bullet at some point if you're not, like me? I've always thought they were amazing. Like, obviously the work is incredible, but me being not like a big figure guy, I'm more of a Transformers guy. I don't know if you can see in the back behind me all the got a bunch of stuff up top there. I have Devastator from the live action movies, the Michael Bay movies, which, you know, the movies were what they were, but the toys, a lot of them were really good. So that's a full combiner Devastator of the movie one. And then the 86 movie Devastator from years ago, they made a giant Devastator. It's cool for its size, but it's not super great. There's a better one that they recently made that I picked up, but that hangs out with me at work, where I fidget with that one. But yeah, I am a huge Transformers nerd. Have been since I was a little. And it's really fun when the kids are hanging out and playing and they're frustrated with each other. It gets loud. All right, so we sink this down, and now we're pretty much there. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the other bits, where I'm going to bring these back again to reinforce and get it thicker in the back here. Now that these parts are thinned out a little bit. All right, and now I got to figure out what I want to do for this design work on the internal. I think while I kind of think about how I want to handle that, I'm going to start working on the spiral that I want to go around. So I'm going to split up these bits right here to separate parts. And then I think I'm going to pick just this first one to be visible for now. That's this one. And I'm gonna bring it more up into the boot just so it's more of a platform, and then thicken this bottom a lot. And then what we're gonna do is surround that with geometry. To kind of hide that fact. And then we're going to also have like a bunch of flowers just around as well in the end. And that's going to really also help hide a lot of this stuff. So in this like first phase of this base, we're really working on the structure and the silhouette. So trying to make it look really cool from all angles, or at least as many angles as possible. Really want it to look good from the profile. Obviously, if it looks good from the front, there's a good chance it's going to look good from the back as well, but you know, not necessarily. So that's why you still got to give it a good like look all the way around. Looks good from that angle. Oh. Yeah, always give it a good look all the way around, because just sometimes you think you got all your angles covered, and then poof. There's something that could be tweaked just a little more. I may need to pick your brain about renders sometime. I'd love a super easy way to drop an STL and have a saved render scene somehow for some consistency. Yeah, no, I mean, you can have render settings for sure. And what would be good is just to really spend some quality time in whatever software that you have, or even if someone else has software to do it for you if you don't have anything yourself, and really spend some time on that, and then save that the render settings. It also depends on the software you have. If you're working on a Blender, ZBrush, or something like that, like you're going to be able to save those settings in some way. Maybe not carry over from open to close of the software. You'll probably have to reload it. But I don't know if some softwares like don't save those settings and you have to keep manually doing it. That's no fun. Let's see. I haven't been doing much. Life has been pretty demanding. I'm playing catch up. Yeah, no, man, I understand that. I understand that for real. Because I feel like I'm you wouldn't know it as how I've been recently, but I'm a pretty big gamer too. I'm usually playing something, and I haven't been able to play a game in months and months and months. Like I've played like some like random games and stuff like that with the kiddo and with some friends here and there, but I haven't been able to actually like play like a long form story game, which is like those are my favorite. So I do want to get Ghost of Tsushima. No, not Tsushima. I've played that one. Ghost of Tsushima, great game. I want to pick up Ghost of Yotai, or Yotai, I think it's Yotai, and play that because it's a solid game, and it's also I really like the actress who plays the lead character. Her name is Erika Ishii, and she is an awesome improv artist and comedian. And I remember when I found out that she was actually in that game, uh, not only just in the game, but just like the lead character, I was super stoked because she's just really talented, and it's going to be really cool to see her in this more dramatic role. and and also, like, I'm assuming we're going to get to see some of her comedic talents too, because she's so good in that regard. I feel like it would be a little bit of a waste, you know, to not at least have some of that. Also, a very harsh story like that, it's going to need some levity, so it's going to be cool to get to see her skills utilized in that way. I just take screenshots of 3D Viewer, and they say, "Oh yeah, no, taking screenshots out of 3D Viewer is not great." Even their, like, some of their better renders are meh, at best. All right, let me see if I can hide um, Frieren here because I kind of want to get her out of the way. Also, I need to do it turning off all these, like, little switchy things that are going to make it annoying later on, bringing her back. But that's okay. Let's see. Hide, hide, hide. Oh man, did I make the base, like, in the middle? I'm going to have to reorganize this file. So bad. That's so funny. Let's see. Get up to the hair. All right. And the staff. Okay. Now we got her hidden. But yeah, no, there's definitely a software that you can render stuff in and have the settings saved. Like, Blender's free. It probably would be worth it for you, Josh, to like get to look at some render tutorials for Blender and just download it and learn how to just do that for now as a start. It probably wouldn't be too crazy for you to pick up. I mean, probably not going to be necessarily the easiest thing if you're not as familiar. Like, there might be a bit of a learning curve. But yeah, that would be my recommendation. At least for now, just to get it going. Also, again, I want to thank everyone who, takes the time to sit with me and watch or lurk on a Saturday night. I know it is not, like, the most convenient evening for a lot of people, but it's awesome. Let's see, I have Blender, but yeah, just haven't dug into tutorials yet. I use Blender sparingly to remove cavities in models when the sculptors don't do their job. Yep, it happens. And you know what? Sometimes even the best of us, it gets really hard to when you're working on something for so long and you get in the zone, sometimes you just miss stuff, unfortunately. But I'm sure you're talking about some, like, more egregious things, which, I feel for you, man. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to make my life easier here. So I'm going to bring a ring in. A very special kind of ring. Okay. Nope. There we go. Split this. Split unmasked. There we go. We're going to bring this ring up and we're going to kind of surround the bottom of this. And I'm also going to kind of thin it out a little bit. I'm going to use the extrude and I'm going to grab the poly loop, so this inner loop here. When I hold shift, it actually moves all the points connected to this loop. If I don't hold shift when I do this, it just does a complete like extrusion, either internal or external. But yeah, holding shift allows me to move the adjacent points too, which is really nice. All right, now let's see. I want to do a radial symmetry grab here. So let's turn symmetry on. Dynamic symmetry. All right, so good. We're on the X. I'm going to do radial symmetry on the Y. No, the Z axis. There we go. Oh, not all of them. Not Y and Z. All right, just the Z axis. Cool. Okay, and I'll do 8 might be good. I don't think I want to do every other. Let me do single poly and I'll grab and see how I can do like kind of like a spoke here. So this is going to be the start of my kind of wind swept thing. So I'm going to use this radial symmetry at first to add geometry and kind of like wisp these around, and then each of these bits are going to be more asymmetrical, different from each other, that kind of thing. So I'm going to do some mess with some masking right now. So I'm going to mask out this bottom part. I'm going to twist this a little bit so we can start to get that like kind of flow around, so it looks like it's spinning. And I think I want this to kind of like spin out here more. And then we're going to drop this. And we'll mess with like the levels of this connecting tissue as well, because that'll kind of help hide this bit in the bottom in the center. So it all feels like it's kind of working together. And eventually, like I'll want like, again, all this is going to be clear. There's going to be flowers on various parts of these as they're growing from the ground. They're also going to be getting swept up in the magic, is kind of the goal that I have, or the vision that I am hoping for, you know? Okay. Let's do this. I'll mask this off again. And I think, no, it's doing it from that. It's not, oh man, that's a bummer. I was hoping that with the gizmo, I'd be able to like grab each of these, but it seems like it makes that the pivot point when I use the gizmo tool, as opposed to, yeah, I need that center. There we go. Why Why did that change? Oh, that's why. Interesting. Okay, I just learned something new. So when you change the gizmo, it changes the pivot point of the radial symmetry. And if I put the z-axis in a different direction, it actually changes the pivot point of the radial symmetry. I learned something new tonight. And hopefully, I think there's some people. Yeah. I don't know if you're how much of a lurk you're doing right now, Adam, but that's another weird thing that I learned about ZBrush tonight. That you can translate the radial symmetry point using the gizmo. For the rest of you, that might not mean much, but it's pretty cool. All right, I wanted these to be a little bit more of a point, so I just decided to smooth it. There we go. Let's see. Hey, yeah, no, I know you're lurking, but I was wanting to make sure that you caught that. I don't remember how much ZBrush you do, but yeah, lately with the change from Pixelogic to Maxon, I've been noticing a bunch of like weird, interesting things happening. Some cool, like this. This is actually kind of cool, in my opinion. Though I can see how you can mess yourself up real quick if you're not paying attention. But it's cool to know. And also, like I've run into a few things that are like really confusing to me. Like I like to use the retopology brush to make geometry a lot of times, a lot of clothing items and such. And when you're working with symmetry with that, I have found only since the turnover from one company to another that things along the center seam, it's hit or miss whether they're gonna like combine or separate. And even not fully, like some points will be combined and seamed up, and then a little bit further down that center axis will be or up. It's really confusing. It's not consistent. It'll be split. So sometimes I'll have like kind of like the geometry is completely separate on either side, but kind of coincidental. And then if you go further up, it'll be seamless. And I've been messing with it to discover if there's ways to kind of like get around it. And every time I find something that I think works or affects it, it then doesn't work another time, and I find something else that affects it, but it's still not consistent. So it's just been very, very weird. I still love ZBrush a whole lot, but man, let me tell you, sometimes it can be very finicky and confusing. All right, I'm going to insert multiple edge loops to these little spire things. You're still using 2022. Hey, that's good. More power to you if it's working for you, which it should be. Like I would probably be using it if I could, but for a number of reasons. Why is that doing that? For a number of reasons, I cannot. There we go. At the moment. So yeah, if you can stick with 2022 as long as you can, do it. I don't think Maxon have made any updates worth paying for again. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything. Like there were some cool things, like some newer features that are nice, but it's been a minute and it's been inconsistent. though the retopology tools are exciting. Yeah, I really like, and that's like stuff that's been around. I think it's a little bit like some of it's a little bit better now because it's just like up like newer versions. I don't necessarily think that's because of Maxon uh, or anything. I just think it's because sometimes the updates are good. A bit buggy still from what I've heard. Yeah, no, yeah, it's been you have I will concur and acknowledge that I agree with the things that you have heard. It's a bit buggy in ways that ZBrush isn't typically buggy, and it's been challenging at times, but it's not the worst. It's just been tough with some tools that are like, oh yeah, no, I know how that works, and it's not quite working the way it used to, just because I don't know if it's new code that they're kind of slotting in for some of these tools that's more proprietary for them, or if it's new folks, working on it. Sometimes that will really affect just having the different people. Like I don't know how much carryover there was from Pixelogic to Maxon. I know there's a lot of people that obviously stayed, like they didn't like do a big gutting that I'm familiar with. And I know there's people that are still there that have been there for a long time that I trust. So, I don't think there's anything in that regard that is an issue. But yeah, there's definitely like some stuff that I've noticed that is way more buggy than it used to be. And I just, for the life of me, can't think of why. So I can only surmise that it's just either there's new code that they're using, or they have some new people in those areas that just do stuff a little bit different and have affected old code, and so they're still trying to like figure it out. I wouldn't say that it is in any troublesome way, like it's still very good. I love working in this software. I would like to learn more of the Blender stuff that is kind of competing with, because there's some just like Blender modeling tools in general that I think are really awesome, that combined with being able to like sculpt and stuff, I think would be cool to mess with. But I love ZBrush. I've been using ZBrush since like 3.5, I think. Way back in about, gosh, what year was that? Probably 07 is when I started using ZBrush. Yeah, I've been trying out retopology in Blender. I'd love to hear more about it for sure. I definitely like what I'm seeing from Blender in a lot of ways. And I've used it for work before, but it was mostly for like specific clients that called out for it because they had that in their workflow. But mostly what I've like been interested in lately is just seeing some of the combination of their hard surface and their just like general modeling tools with the sculpting elements that are, I don't want to say rivaling ZBrush at this point, but they're getting close, and it's pretty cool. And again, for like a freeware, that's really impressive. I'm just using a free plugin, and it seems to work similar to Maya's quad draw. Cool. What I like about ZBrush's retopology brush is just how organic it is, and I'm not sure how, loose and free quad draw is, but there is just a nice feel to drawing your topology on. And I like to do it with a combination of messing with the Z modeler brush, which is one of my favorite brushes. What I used to get this started. I like to do a simple form draw on first, and then use the power of the Z modeler brush to get some of the more intricate stuff that I have in mind. Like, I don't try to do all the topology planning at the Z modeler stage, because that's just a lot. I like to kind of like break it up and go like, okay, this bit I can take care of this when I'm using the Z modeler brush, whereas this, it would be really good to kind of draw it out at this point, because that's a more complicated shape to kind of model, and it makes it easier to do it with the retopology brush. Well, thanks for stepping out of lurk mode to chat for a bit about ZBrush things, Adam. I do see you lurking quite often, and I really appreciate you coming through. So yeah, it's nice to get to talk to people that I don't get to talk to as much here and there. Is there anything, if you're not switching back into lurk mode yet, what have you been working on? Anything interesting that you care to share or tell? Let's see, no worries. I'm glad I could catch you this week. Yeah, no, I'm glad too. Yeah, I was really surprised actually with how good the turnout was last week. And I mean, that might even affect this week. See, I'm in the UK time, so it's early here. Ah, yeah. Makes sense. Well, I definitely appreciate you giving me your time from across the pond. That's for sure. I still need to make my way over that way. The family and I have been to Japan, and the wife and I have been to New Zealand, but that's like, at least for me, as far as I've gone internationally. And I loved it. But I would like to get to the UK at some point. And also other parts of the world as well. I mean, right now, obviously, travel's kind of crazy with all the stuff that's going on. But, one day. Hey, what's up, Zach? It's going all right. It's going all right. I'm guessing you guys made it home safe. It was nice chatting with you last night on your first IRL stream. Hope I gave you good company. Yeah, I'll show you kind of what I'm doing here. So I think you were in a little bit last week, but yeah, I'm trying to rework this center part a bit. Let's see. Yes, we did. Yeah, it was fun. But I watched it back, and yes, was shaky. Yeah, I'm not sure why either. It was really weird, and it wasn't like consistently shaky. but it had this like kind of like jitteriness, and I don't think it was your tripod or like your movement or anything. It must have been something just like maybe there's like a phone setting or something with Twitch that was being really, really odd. It wasn't too bad either. Like it was every once in a while I noticed it, but it was fine. Yeah, maybe the hotel Wi-Fi was doing it. But yeah, so I'm just still working on the base, kind of reworking this center bit. I have the spires done as far as like the main structure. And what I want to do is on these intersections, in this like internal border, I'm going to add kind of like some internal geometry. I just need to figure out a fun design for them. And then I'm also going to add some like little wisps that come off at least the base portions just to make it interesting. Let's see. Yeah, and yeah, maybe it was a Wi-Fi instead of data. Like, who knows? Like, man, it's tough. But thanks for popping in. Did you guys do something fun today since you didn't have to check out right away, you know? Oh, and for all yous who are not subbed, we have an ad break coming up in about 5 minutes. So please stick through the ad break. It helps me. I'll probably chill for a bit during that too, so I don't get too far ahead, so you don't miss anything. It's been a good day. Had some fun with the kiddo. It's a repeat story for some of y'all. Yeah, get that ad money. Hey, what's up, Wedge? How's it going, man? Just working on some bass right now. Yeah, I'm reworking this center bit. Trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I kind of want to make these kind of like wispy kind of wind tendrils to coincide with this center section that's going to be kind of a flowy wind bit, magical wind. Stream's been good so far. I've been going for about an hour. It's been a good turnout. Some awesome people chatting. Even people coming out of lurk mode. Thanks again, Adam. It's been nice to chat with you. And yeah. Yeah, how are your streams today? I was able to, I know I was there a little bit in the morning. Oh, and for those of you, like, I'm not a big sports guy, but I'm wearing a Bears cap. For those of you that may or may not have noticed, here, let me get back. Because my wife and I went to Chicago a couple years ago now, I think 2 years ago, and we were having every year we do a movie themed Christmas party. That's like a Christmas movie, and that year we were planning on doing Christmas Vacation, and I don't know if y'all know this, but so many Christmas movies take place in Chicago. I mean, I think it's probably because a lot of comedies have Second City folks, and so so many of them are in Chicago, or the Chicago-based Second City is like a prominent one. So yeah, so we found out a lot of Christmas movies took place in Chicago, that one included, and Clark Griswold wears this particular ball cap, so I purchased it so I could wear it at the party. But I'm not a huge sports person. But that's okay. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to show, I already showed it a little bit, but it is a nice hat. It's that kind of corduroy. It's the classic Bears ball cap from like the 80s, and like obviously it's like the old logo and stuff. I also have like a more modern one that I grabbed it too, but yeah, this one is I love it. But yeah, I'm also like a fidget guy, and these came in today. These are magnetized little things. I've been really enjoying these. Da bears, da bulls, and you can just like make little patterns and roll them around in your hands. But yeah, these are fun. So those came today. That's part of what I've been up to today. How was the rest of your stream today, Mr. Wedge? Did you game well, or did you rage out of Hearthstone and get more back into painting? Oh, and I'm going to do this because for the few of you that are in here, these guys are awesome. Both of you guys recently made affiliate, I believe, right? So we got Set, Back, Zach, and Jester, Wedge. Oh, I've got to wait 45 seconds before giving another shout out. So I'll give you a shout out to Wedge. But yeah, follow Zach, follow Wedge. Zach plays Fortnite. I know he's done a little bit of Rocket League lately. And you mentioned Black Ops 6. What else is it that you do? He plays different games. A lot of fun to watch. Just starting out. Give him some support. Really awesome guy. Fellow mod for our friend Slee. And also, hey, watch streak from Wedge. Thanks for the streak. And then Wedge. Also, let's see if I can. The 45 seconds have passed yet. If not, I'll get you in there, I promise. Nope, not yet. But I'll get you in there. But Wedge does he plays Hearthstone. I've seen you play RuneScape. Also paints minis. He's got shrimps that hang out. So he does a lot of streaming. So definitely give Wedge a follow and check him out too. He's a buddy. He's a pal. Both Zach and Wedge are awesome. Let's see, shout out to you. Let me try one more time. Wedge. 3 seconds. This is a comedy act at this point. 3 seconds have passed now. There it is. All right. Join us in following Zach and Wedge. And let me see if... No, I think Chronicles is gone. But Chron also, he was in here earlier. Let me see if I can find him. Yeah, he was in here earlier. He does a lot of Minecraft streaming. I saw him. He was streaming Halo not too long ago. But yeah, we're taking a shout out break for the homies. And also ZBrush is taking another break as well. But yeah, I'm also going to wait to shout out Chronicles because clearly I have to wait at least 45 seconds. So we'll get back to our scene here as I mess with this base. I'm going to inflate the bottom bits here and start... Oh, inflate, not move. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to want the flowers to kind of fill this out in the bottom. And I might even start placing them by hand on this. But where I'm going to populate it, because again, I mentioned last time but I haven't done it. I need to relearn how to do nano mesh because it's really cool. You can populate geometry onto other geometry, which is a really cool feature. But also it's nice to do some manual placement of geo here and there. All right, I think. Are we back from the ad break? Were we back from the ad break? I'm sure I did a ton of talking, not realizing that a lot of you were not able to hear me, but here. But yeah, follow Zach, follow Wedge. And follow Chronicle. All good peeps. I appreciate them a lot. So yeah. But definitely a big congratulations to Zach and Wedge on making affiliate, because that's a cool thing. It wasn't that long ago when I made affiliate, and I remember the feeling well. It was pretty cool, and I felt really lucky to get there so quickly, and it definitely was because of folks like Zach and Wedge. I know Wedge, like we've only just met, and I had already become affiliate before then, but you've been super supportive, definitely since we became more acquainted. So I have no doubt that if I was in that stage, you would have been there to help me get over that finish line. And Zach definitely was one of the guys that did. He would pop in on some of those earlier streams. So yeah, it's a good feeling. Felt like it took a very long time. Well, yeah, because you've been streaming for a long time. And I know you like took a break, and it was, I think, a different animal also way back when you were trying before. But I gotta say, obviously, a lot of those earlier steps you got those out of the way a while ago, but definitely the viewer number bit starting out is like the most challenging thing. And I want to say, once you locked in, you definitely got there pretty quick. So even though it feels like a long time, I would say kudos to you for like finally going, I'm going to do it, and then getting there within like, within like a 30-day window, I think, of clearly of when you decided to start. So yeah. And I appreciate you, man. You're a good guy, and it's been awesome getting to know you. And yeah. So there we go. So I think that's kind of cool looking. Kind of cool looking. So I think what I'm going to do now is mess with just one of these just to see what I can do. So what I want to do is get a mix of triangular shapes and rectangular shapes that kind of work together. Clearly, since this is a circle, there's a star theme to it, and I'm not going to be able to get that going, but I think there's some stuff that we can do. Let's see. Likewise, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. This journey on Twitch has been different than I expected. And I mean that in like a really awesome way. I've wanted to stream for a while. Probably as long as like you have been streaming, I've been wanting to stream. I just didn't do it. And then like I might have like talked to you about this, but I don't know. So you might have heard this story. We'll see. But the root of all of this always seems to come back to uh, Sleebun, because obviously that's like how I met you. Um, but the reason there's two things that like kind of came into play. There was the Odious figure, which some of you folks know me from that to start with, and then there is just the Twitch side of things. Just getting to know more people on Twitch is through Sleebun, because I hadn't like had Twitch, and had watched like some friends on Twitch, but never was really consistent. And then Slee started streaming again, because she had been streaming before too, and I didn't know that she had done that, because it was probably before I actually had started following her. Like, it's been years, but I followed her on Instagram years ago. And let's see, topology brush. I'm going to use the topology brush. Hold on. There we go. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Wedge. All right, I think I'm going to do kind of like rectangular shape here. Oh, it went away. I don't know if you can. My kid and my good friend's kid are loud playing games, and it's good to hear, but also sometimes they get frustrated with each other, so it's kind of funny to hear in the background too. But okay, so where was I? Oh, you can't hear a thing. Okay, sometimes like I know some people have been able to hear, so I'm kind of glad if you can't, just because background noise is kind of tough. I can hear it very clearly, but if you can't, that's really good. Maybe it's your speakers. I heard it for like a quick second. Yeah, I know you got it. It's gonna peak up every once in a while. But yeah, so I started getting more active in Twitch because I saw that Slee was streaming. So I saw her stream, and then she streamed with some of her friends, who then I started following and getting to know. And uh, some of them were smaller streamers, so I got to ask them kind of like stream questions. So I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about streaming, and they were very encouraging and supportive, and talk to me about streaming, which that was really cool. I did not expect, not that I didn't expect people to be nice or anything, but I just didn't really anticipate how supportive people were gonna be off the jump. uh not even really knowing me yet. And I think that is kind of the thing that really helped set the tone for me, because I always have liked to support people and be very supportive. That's just, I like to see people succeed, just because I really wish the best for everyone as much as possible. And it was really cool to get some of that back, and it's really encouraged me to jump in. And also, I can't say enough how lucky I am to have a super supportive spouse as well, because this is a lot. It's been really nice. To be encouraged and given the space to explore this. And be supported by people in the community that I'm just like barely getting to know. and also to have the opportunity to return in kind. Because mostly I just really enjoy sharing in success, and having community is really important. All right, so I think this is kind of like what I'm going to go for. I don't know if I want to do all the way across, or if I want to do like part way and then have another like wedge shape here and do that all the way up. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm asking for some feedback from the audience a little bit. What would be interesting to you? Like going all the way across with this triangle and just having wedge, wedge, wedge. I think wedge, you might have a bias because you are a wedge. Or having it like kind of like stop in the middle and then having a more fuller opposing wedge shape that goes up along, that has triangles feeding up. I don't know. Let's do this first. Let us I'm going to use duplicate and kind of like rung these up. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. I like the smaller wedge. Cool, yeah, I think so too. Thank you for sharing your opinion there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this smaller wedge. And also I'm going to have it kind of shrink down just a tad as we go up too. Because I think that's going to be a cool like cascading pattern. And then I'll have to recreate it on the other side. Actually on all four, but maybe I'll do something a little bit different for the bigger ones just to mix it up. And you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm not going to do like a full opposing shape. I'm going to do kind of the negative, but still have a split there. Let's see. What are these swirls? They are magic. It's the magical effect. Have you had a chance to watch Frieren yet, Adam? Because it's a really good show if you haven't. And even though the magic is more circular, there is a swirling magic, but it's just a little bit too thin for what I'm trying to achieve in this. So I'm kind of taking, artistic liberties and doing like a mixture of this swirling magic and the circular stuff that you can see here in this reference. So yeah. Yes. Oh, thanks for the. Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. It's a great show. I haven't been able to start season 2 yet because it's not on Netflix yet. It's on Crunchyroll. I don't have Crunchyroll. Can't justify the expense for myself because I'd be the only one watching it, and it's eventually going to get on Netflix. So there is that. But yeah, as you are familiar, like the magic in Frieren is more. There's a lot of it is very circular or hex shaped. But the hex shape is more defensive, and this is a more what I want to say, kind of a cosmetic spell. Similar to the offensive magic. So I'm kind of like reinterpreting the look of her favorite spell and giving it kind of a similar keeping it within the magic language with some of the shapes, but instead of going with the circular kind of offensive magic, I'm making it a little bit more spirally, kind of. Hey, what's up, pleb? How's it going? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming on by. I'll kind of show you what I'm doing here. I don't remember. I think you were here last stream, so you saw kind of what I was doing in the middle here, and I decided to reinterpret it. So this is going to be kind of like wind wisps. Right now it's very snake-like, but I'll go in and resculpt this stuff. And I'm going to add the flowers to it, which I'll go back to the flowers for those of you who didn't see. So this is the special flower that's very important to Frieren, the moon. I don't remember if it's the lily, but it's the blue moon flower. And that is what's going to be like kind of like coming up from the ground, and I'm going to have it kind of have some of them float up, and then this is going to be like wind still thrusting forward, and also that's what her foot is going to be attached to. And then this is kind of like the magic kind of bursting out of the ground that's kind of calling forth the flower. So that's kind of what my thought is. Could be cool to have a hex pattern there, even it's not exactly like the show. Yeah, I might figure out a way to incorporate the hex. Actually, you know what? I think I know where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to have it be on the opposing portion. So I'm still going to split kind of here, but I'll have like half of a hex on this section to kind of get it in there. Because again, this is kind of, again, hex magic is more for the defensive spells. At least that's what like I've seen from the magic language in the show or interpreted from. And the circular stuff is more from the offensive spell, where this is not like either of those. So it might be cool to have like a kind of like a combination of it, but in a different way. Let's see. I finished the symbol. Oh yeah. I don't have a Discord. I don't know if you want to pop it into wedges, then I could look, or if you can post a link in here. I don't think there's an issue with a link if you've got a link to post, but otherwise you can post it in wedge cord, and I can see it there. I'll leave that up to you, pleb. Yeah, I definitely want to see. Just let me know where to. Oh, there it is. Okay. There you go. Looking now. Ooh. Look at all them eyes. That's really cool. All right, now I gotta relook at what you were saying. So this is a symbol. Let's say I finished a symbol for my. Oh, okay. The amount, placement, and size of the eyes is up for debate, but that's the idea. No, it's really cool. I like it. It looks very much like a helmet. So is this kind of like representing kind of like a helmet, or is this like the actual head? Because I know, is this for Warhammer stuff, or is this for something completely different? Let's see. It's silhouette of a Space Marine. Okay, a Space Marine helmet. Cool. No, it's really cool. I like it. It's a very interesting design. Now, are the eyes symbolic on this helmet, or do they represent this race having like multiple eyes all over the place? See, I wish Wedge was here because he would love it. Oh, is he not here? He was here and he didn't say goodbye. He's in here. Maybe he's lurking. Maybe he's taking a sec. Maybe he stepped away. But when he pops back up, we'll let him know that the link is here. Or you can post it again if you need to. Oh, autosave. Yay. See. Oh, yeah. And Doom, I see. You're saying you were going to say the smaller wedge too. Cool. I'm sorry I missed that. Let's see. And we already talked about the swirls. Yeah, so that's a good idea, Adam. I think I'm gonna have the hex shape kind of be the opposing shape for these wedges. See, well, they are called the Seraph Watch. So one, most original design of Seraphim have many eyes. Two, they are called the Seraph Watch. After all, true. That all tracks. All right. All right, so back to the topology brush. So yeah, the deal is yeah, I'm gonna have something like that. We'll have it line up. So this first shape is not hex shaped, at least not completely, but the rest of them are going to be half of a hex moving forward. It's because I have this, I kind of want this rectangular spot to be like at the beginning because it's kind of like the outer ring of the circle here. So that's kind of my thought process for having that shape there. Kind of pull from this existing visual language of the magic. Because I'm reinterpreting, but I don't want it to feel like completely foreign, you know? Okay. Come on. Why are you doing that? There we go. So the segments on the lines change with the cursor size. So you can see I have a red cursor here when I'm farther away from the lines. And when I go closer, it's a blue cursor. And that is because the blue cursor actually manipulates the lines or draws the lines on, where the red cursor kind of, it still can draw the lines, but it has a different manipulation, and changing the size of it actually changes the segment of the line. So if things start grabbing, if lines start grabbing each other too close, when they're too close, you can shrink the cursor size, which shrinks the segments and gives you a bit more control and less of a grab. Let's see. Like the damn be not afraid asshole. Okay, cool. Let's see. Is what I kind of imagine. Oh, BRB. All right, that's fine. We'll see you in a little bit. And if Wedge pops back in before you return, I will let him know that you've tossed that in there. I'm sure he'll say toss it in the Discord too. So if he doesn't see it here, I recommend all right, cool. Yeah, I kind of like that. What do y'all think? Let's see. I've always found the retopology brush awkward to use. Try to use zero mesher and zero modeler as much as I can. Yeah, I mean, I like the combination of. I find it, sometimes, yes, I do agree with you. It can be awkward to use, but I guess I've used it long enough. I was really determined to figure out how to work with it in a meaningful way. Here, actually, I'm gonna do my wedges first, move those all up along. But I was really determined to kind of figure out the best way to use it effectively. isn't it doing that? Oh man, this is acting weird. I do not know why it's grabbing both of those shapes, because it should. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let's see. It beats the Z-sphere method. That is true. You have returned. Welcome back, pleb. I appreciate the return. It's nice to have you. It's nice to have all of you in here tonight. It's been a good night. You know, still being new, still being fresh. I know we talked about like, yay, I've got an affiliate too, but you know, I'm still a fledgling streamer. I've only been doing it for a few months now, and I have appreciated the support, but I'm still very new to this whole shebang. So every stream is always one of those like, oh, I wonder how this one's gonna go. And so far they've all been pretty consistent and very nice. And that's all because of all of you that take the time to pop in. And what I appreciate, I think, the most is it has been a lot of different people too. It's not always the same people, which tells me that at some point there's some potential growth in the future as people start to lock in and have some availability, and hopefully, you know, I can also change a little bit about what I'm doing to entice people a little bit more. But I have appreciated the consistent viewership that I have been getting. It's been very nice, and it's a lot of really cool folks. Let's see, I love the amount of yeah. No, it was all right, man. It's definitely when you need to. It's not a big deal. I just think it was kind of funny where Pleb was like, "Oh, I wish Wedge was here." I'm like, "Wait, he is here. I know he's here. He's here somewhere. He hasn't left yet." So I was like, "Hold tight, Pleb. Hold tight. He'll be back. I know it." Either that, and he's taking a nap, and you can pop in the Discord for him later. See, my hands are always tied up in shit. I get you, man. I totally understand that. Raccoon Hands is in my stream title for You're making me laugh when I still have my cough, man. Which again is getting better. I've been very, very happy with the success of my cough dissipating. It's been a long one, which it seems like that's just how freaking coughs are now, man. Ugh. Frustrating. So I like the progress that we've made tonight as far as like how I want the design to be for this. How I want it all to play out. And the shapes that we're coming up with. I'm really digging this. So right now, like obviously I'll probably be on for like another like 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And we'll see how far we get. I don't think we're gonna like do this for all 4 tonight. But that does mean that I think I'm gonna try to do that between now and next stream and also figure out the nano mesh thing that I said I wanted to figure out last time. It's been a week. Let's say that. Wedge, you know. You have been a good friend and listening to my minimal laments as I pop into your stream, trying not to be a sad sack. It's been rough. The gremlins. Still tough, but like I said, it takes a couple days, and I usually pull out the funk. Let's see. The Midnight Critter always doing shit at night. Let's see. Glad it's getting better, dude. Have you had some cayenne pepper? Just dump a lot of it and some fried eggs. Take a nap. You'll be cleared up. Yeah, you know what it is? It's really like right here. And I think it's just like healing. It feels like a more reactive cough than anything. But because of where it is, it's like still hitting in the chest too. It doesn't feel like it's like messing up my lungs, but it's like here and here have been in constant struggle, and slowly I think the healing is coming. So I'm very, very happy that I've been coughing a lot less, because I was worried that like, oh, is this like a lingering cough? But I think if it is, I think it's finally winding down, which is good. And if it isn't, that's also good, because that just means I'm more on the road to recovery than I thought. See, yes, you'll need more than just cayenne pepper. Yeah, it's not like a sinus thing, unfortunately. Like, that probably would have been nice. I do have chipotle pepper. Because I like my chipotle. Why is that doing that? Actually, let me do this. There we go. I'll do the reverse. That's a lot easier. So I don't know. There's sometimes like Adam and I were talking about earlier. ZBrush can get kind of buggy, and right now I'm running into an issue where like the masking isn't, the drag select masking isn't working quite the way I'd like it to. And I figured out a little bit of a workaround, so I'm proud of myself a little bit. So instead of drag selecting and swapping, I'm swapping first because that's having success, and then drag selecting to unselect the parts that I want. There we go. All those are good, but some specific ones are essentially the equivalent of taking medication. Yeah. W maneuver, thank you. Yep, sometimes you gotta find weird workarounds when the program's not doing what you want it to. Yeah, I definitely feel like I can get all the way up, or most of the way up tonight. Actually, you know what I'm going to do right now? I wonder, because I don't know if I want to actually build the little swirly bits off of this. I think I do, but I think as a separate piece. But I'm going to use this geometry to do that. So here's a little tactic I'm going to do. And I might be able to mirror this so I don't have to like redo this on the other side. So let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to extrude these parts. And then if I hold down the control key, it turns it into like a separate plane. So now it's like a new separate piece of geometry. And then I'm going to, again, select these and give it a thickness. There we go. And then from here, I'm gonna mask, and I'm gonna do like a twist here, or like a roll it outward. Curl is what I'm thinking. And then I'll probably do something kind of like to resolve that curl. But for now, I'm going to split this mask point. Oh. And then I gotta figure out how to make this more visible. So I might have it pop up on the top. And lengthen it a little bit more maybe. And also I'll probably, maybe I can shrink this up a bit because this seems really big. Maybe I can bring this in the center here. And bring this in more to this. There we go. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. We're making progress. Definitely making progress for sure. And again, I can't stress enough how grateful I am to all of you folks that are hanging out in chat, that are lurking, those of you that have followed, those of you that are new and just watching, happen to be watching live. All of you are appreciated. I'm doing this for fun, for self-growth, to develop some community, both for myself and for others. So it's just been a grand time that I've been having. And it's been nice to get to know a lot of new people. All right. See, you've got a good vibe to chill and do stuff with, and you speak about what you're doing in an educated way. It's great. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. You know, I try to find a balance, because I feel like if it's a little too academic, it can get, you know, snoozy. Which, you know, there's a time and a place for that. But also, I don't want it to just be all school talk, because that can get boring real fast. Not just for folks watching, but even for me. I'm interested in what y'all got going on and what are thinking about too, you know? Like, what are we all watching? Like, what shows do we like? What projects are you working on? Like, I know you're working on your gargoyles and stuff, so like that's cool for me. I like to get to know that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, of course. But it's about the way it comes across, you know? Most humans enjoy passionate conversations. Exactly. That is what I'm interested in having. I would say, maybe even a little subconsciously, but definitely I've also enjoyed very much the vibes of your streams too. And I think our styles are already pretty similar in that regard, I would say. chill vibes, talking about cool shit, having fun explaining what we're doing. Um, but definitely getting to like be on the other side of that has been, I don't know if inspirational is the right word, but I would say it's not the wrong words. You know? Also, I want to say kind of one of the another like fun, unexpected part of all of this is just all the people that I'm meeting and where they're from all over the place. Like it's from the streamer that at first like brought me in is Michigan based, and then the other streamer that I help with, who I found through her, is based out of Pennsylvania. So like I'm getting to meet like a lot of East Coast folk, Upper East in the US. And then they have made Canadian friends. And now I have made Canadian friends. But like most of the people that I've been like meeting and getting to know are mostly from like that like upper east of America. And then we got folks like Adam from the UK. But I don't remember like Adam, if you're still lurking, and if you got a sec, I don't remember how you found me or we found each other, because I know there's like I don't think it's like was random from the streams, but I could be uh, so wrong just because again it's been a whirlwind and I feel like my brain is mush of how like I've met everyone in various ways. I don't remember if it's you're one of the folks through Odious. Yes, you're still here. Did you just find me on Twitch or did you follow me on Instagram prior to, or do we follow each other on Instagram? Let's see. Yeah, the lurkers are always omnipresent. Exactly. Um, because I want to say like we either, let's see, I think I just lurk in 3D channels. Okay, then there might be like another Adam 3D, or not like the same name, but like similar, like another like Adam 3D artist that I was familiar with beforehand. Because I want to say like when I saw your screen, your handle, screen name, whatever it is nowadays, uh, like I wasn't surprised, so I think I might have thought you were somebody else for a bit. But you know, however we find each other, you know, see, Adam 3Ds are everywhere. That's funny. There we go. But yeah, I have definitely enjoyed uh, the streaming world and getting to know people and making new friends and learning through each other. It's been really, really, really cool. And so, and that's like it's cool in a lot of ways. I will say because I have met a lot of other streamers, which is cool, but also meeting people that like aren't streamers. They just view, and not to say like, oh, you're just a viewer. Like that's like freaking important. The viewers, regardless of if you stream or not, are the most important. So it's cool to just to get to know everybody from the different perspectives and learn from that. Let's see, there's this one dude I follow on Instagram who finds streamers who need some help boosting, etc., from all over the world, and it's so damn cool. I I follow almost everyone I see. Yeah, I know, because it doesn't take much to follow. Like, the only thing that I'm running into now that's really tough is most of the people I follow because either someone recommends that I really respect or like, or um, I really like their content. And now I am running into the problem where I'm following so many people that I want to like support and watch and view, and there's not enough time. It was nice in the beginning when it was like, oh, I'm only following so many people. It's really nice. I can like pop in your stream because on this day, and even though it conflicts with this person's, like I can like juggle you guys, or there's no conflicts, and like I can watch you in the morning, and then I can watch you later in the day, and I can this person's an evening streamer, so you know it is what it is. But now I'm running into the problem of there's just it's not even conflicts, it's just too many people, and I can't get to everyone, and it's very frustrating. Okay, I think I'm gonna save because I haven't saved in a while, and I think I'm gonna relaunch ZBrush because it's acting funky. Let's see, not in Twitch folder. That's for my VODs and stuff. I'm gonna go to Frieren folder. Save in Frieren folder. See, I follow offset. Yes, that's absolutely a thing. That's where the subscription service comes in. Let's see, ain't gonna end. No, there's no way. No, 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 no. I am not gonna end right now. I just need to restart. Like I like to get through at least 3 ad breaks as like a benchmark. I usually do around 2.5 hours or so, but I just need to close out ZBrush right now because it's being funky. I'm not appreciating some of the things that I should be able to do. Hey, Link, what's up? Salutations, Gartfield and friends. That's awesome. I love it, man. You're so freaking fun and clever. I appreciate you a lot, Link. Linkington Skywalker. All right, so I've done a quick save. I've done my manual save. I'm going to close ZBrush. Let's see. No, I do not need to save anything. Let's close out. Thank you. How's life been on your end? Oh, family docs. Church documents docs. All right, let's see. Let's reopen ZBrush, and then I'll answer your question. And that is the Doomslayer and Isabelle from Animal Crossing New Horizons. Well, most Animal Crossings. Because I am a fan of one of both franchises, honestly. And 2, Doom and Animal Crossing came out on the same day, and so someone made a really fun music video that I love. It's really funny. I actually, you know what? I think I'll have to send that to you, Wedge. I think you're gonna like it. It's really funny. The music's fun. It's like kind of like sweet bubblegum pop and metal all at the same time. And yeah, and it's got a fun music video that goes along with it. But it's because the games came out at the same day. There we go. No, green's my normal color, but I like this lavender when working with Frieren right now. I don't know why, but I just do. All right, let's reopen this up. How is the mighty link this evening? Yes, how are you doing? See, I didn't answer your question. I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay, Link. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. The world's been treating me okay. But, yes, how are you? How is Sir Link? Okay. Still have some like weird jittery things happening, so I do think I need to start my computer, restart my computer a little later. But let's see if ZBrush is doing okay. Oh yeah, this is no, it's still doing that weird thing. You know what I probably should do? No, I'll do it later. Did your work? Hurry up and type. I've had too much. You suddenly have become hyper and jittery, Mr. Wedge. Let's see, recovering from Big Red. I helped create a quadruple stuffed deep dish pepperoni pizza at work, and I got so much grease I can't drink water anymore. What? That... I'm having trouble wrapping my head around that sentence, Link. Okay, let me reread it. Recovering from Big Red. See, it seems like Big Red needs to pay you a visit. Ah. I don't know. I don't know if it needs that. No, thank you. But the pizza sounds good, aside for the too much grease part. You helped create this amazing monstrosity. Yeah. I'm sure you would, Wedge. Especially right now. Especially right now. By the way, ad break starts in about 3.5 minutes. So bear with. After that, we'll hang out for a little bit longer. We'll wrap up where we are. Let's see. At the Papa Murphy's, we've got regular pepperoni, bigger yet thinner pepperoni, thin cup pepperoni. Ooh, I like thin cup pepperoni. And shredded pepperoni. Ooh. You know what I really like? I really like pan-fried pepperoni. This one Italian restaurant that is no longer with us near my work, may it rest in peace. You could request them to pan-fry the pepperoni before they put it on the pizza. And yeah, pan-fried shredded pepperoni sounds real good, for sure. But yeah, I always really did like that. And some potato hash browns on the pizza, or are you talking on this? Are you talking about you want some hash browns on the side with your pizza? Because I can see both of those things being a delicious combo. Some really good crispy hash browns. Fuck it, on the pizza. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I've not had potato on pizza, but I can't say that it doesn't sound intriguing. What is up? There we go. Have you had potato on pizza? In what fashion? I've had potato crust. I've had potato, like, you know, the breading. I've had potato bread pizza, but I've not had like potato as a topping on a pizza. It definitely sounds intriguing. And I would like to explore the different ways potato could be on pizza. It was sliced, like Julianne, let's see. Or however, yeah, no, I understood. I'm not a great speller myself, so I have learned to interpret just fine. But yeah, I hope y'all have been having a good night, chilling here. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. See, my brain thinks of 5 different ways to spell it, and my hands mash it into one. Hilarious. Hilarious. All right, what's everyone? I mean, aside from like the multiplayer or ranked games that y'all have been playing, because I know you've been playing Hearthstone and fishing a lot in RuneScape. But aside from that, like, what other games are y'all playing when you have the time? Like, what are your go-to story or adventure-based games? I'm not a big multiplayer game player. I don't really enjoy the experience. I do enjoy it with friends, but I don't like I was talking to you a little bit about this, Wedge. I don't sync up with a lot of friends game wise, unfortunately. And the friends that I am making, they play games that I don't really want to play. So I'm trying to figure out how to play more multiplayer games that I would enjoy, that other people enjoy too. But also, on top of that, I am a single player adventure gamer. I like horror, I like RPG stuff, I like, platformers. I don't discriminate, but I do like a good single player jaunt of some sort that takes a bit to get through. Let's see. We put that in a pan with the bottom lubricated entirely with garlic. Oh, buddy, garlic butter. Buddy. That's a good lube. Put all 4 kinds of pepperoni in there, all neatly. Add another crust. Yeah, I can't read this out loud. I'm just like getting lost in it. Man, that is a delicious sounding pizza. See, just from Denver will be okay, I didn't understand that, Josh. Huh. Wrong chat. Okay. That's funny. Like 17 inches of pizza, 2 inches. That's crazy, Link. Oh. Ooh, you like Dark Souls games. Okay, cool. That's nice, Doom. I haven't really gotten into them. I haven't played too many Souls likes. I did play like Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, but that's not quite. Also, like God of War, the newer ones have kind of leaned a little bit into like Souls like stuff, but still like pretty far away from it in a lot of ways. I know Elden Ring's super accessible, but I don't think I want to dive into that. I did get Demon Souls way back in the day, like the first like Souls like game, or one of like the first. Obviously it like kind of created the genre name wise. Everyone calls it Souls like, but yeah, it was rough. I couldn't handle it. Like I feel like if at this point, like now, I'm a bit better with those kinds of games, so I probably would do a lot better and stick with it a little bit more. But the only one like I really want to play, like I have Bloodborne, but I'm not quite sure I want to jump into that. But I do think Sekiro looks really cool, and I know it's a little bit different because it's got the parry mechanic and the block mechanic and stuff. See, yeah, that is an insane pizza. There's lobster in it too? Or are we just talking about raw lobster now? We're going to B52s now. Let's see. Watching Secret Galaxy stream, going over Toy Fair too. Oh, cool. That's Dan, right? Because is that the rebrand of Toy Galaxy and stuff? Yeah, Dan Larson. Yeah, love Dan Larson. Yeah, it's really really fun. Oh, ad break is gonna end. I warned about it a while ago. Hey, welcome back from the ad break that I didn't warn you all about. Thank you for sticking through, everybody. Ooh, that was kind of a Seth Rogen laugh for a second there. Yeah, Dan Larson's really cool. I really dig his vibe as well. Okay, so like we're mostly... Oh. Y'all disappeared on me. Just on my screen. I know you're all still there, but sometimes when I click stuff and hit a certain key, it makes Streamlabs like vanish. It doesn't close it, thank God. But yeah. All right, so clearly we didn't finish that spire completely, or this little... It's not a spire. I don't even know what's swoop, I guess, completely. But it looks really good. I do like where it's going so far, and I think it'll look really nice in the clear and with all of them going up, and also adding some of these like little elements right here, and having those like not go up. I think I want to keep these down low, but again, like getting this language to come across with the magic, and then once the flowers get in, I'm gonna see how far like up this stuff I want the flowers to go to, because I do want the flowers to just be part of a lot of it. But yeah, I really do think I need to power through this in between streams, and either way do something a little different, or start figuring out how to part it, or showing new stuff, showing the nanomesh stuff next stream. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly bring Frieren back in, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up. Wrap it up. Where's the spindles? Let's see. So we got this going. Let's see. No, not that. There. Okay, we got the spindles in there. So now I got to get rid of some of these. Let's see. Yeah, we were talking about games. Let's see. W. Yeah, thank you. Oh, actually, you know what I want to do? I want to at least not have her floating like that. Let me bring a lot of the costume bits back first. I don't want Twitch to get upset. See, slowly bringing back the costume. And getting rid of some of the old bits. All right, now I think we can bring her back. There we go. And then I'll hide some of these other bits. Some of this stuff I might just have to get rid of because I'm definitely not using it anymore. But yeah, here we go. All right. So, oh. There we go. All right, so come on. Here is where we are gonna wrap up tonight. So again, it's one of those things where when you're dealing with a base, and again, like I'm going like only like 2 hours per stream, and I'm kind of figuring out as I go, it can be a little slow going. So that's why I said, like I said before, I want to push through and get some of the stuff done between stream to make a little bit more progress to get to the flower portion, because I think that's going to be like the wrap up of this piece, really. And then we're going to start working on the engineering so I can get this thing printed. I'm really excited about that. Let's see. So last I remember you talking about what games we play. I normally play multiplayer games as I enjoy having friends around to play them, or really hard masochistic games with exceptions. I recently go into let's see, Umasumi. I don't even know if I can pronounce that. And while it's not bad, it's not a game I'll play often without reason to. What about you? You got very cut off in the app from the app. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was my bad. I'm still getting used to that a little bit. But for me, games that I like to play are solo adventure games. But it runs the gamut. I like platformer stuff. I like the long RPG journey. I also really like what was I saying earlier? Sorry, my buddy's having a hard night, and I'm trying to like listen and probably wrap this up so I can help out in a little bit, and also understand what I'm trying to say. But I like Ghost of Tsushima. I like Cyberpunk. I like the Red Dead games, God of War. I love Mario Brothers. I've been recently getting into VR as well. I like platformers in VR are really fun for me. There's a lot of different ones that I've played. I've played where you are the character and you're platforming. I've played your third person and you're just following the character through the level as a platform. And I've played the platform where you're the observer, where you're kind of central and the level's just laid out in front of you and you watch the character move through the level as like a scene. And those I think are some of my favorites. But that being said, this is where we're gonna stop tonight. I really appreciate everyone sticking through and hanging out, whether you were lurking. Really fun chat tonight. This is kind of one of the more active nights of chat that I've had, with a lot of different people chiming in and about different things, and it's just been a lot of fun for me. Plus, you guys helped me figure out some stuff that I've been on the fence about. So that has been really, really, really helpful. So let me go back to my full scene for a sec. Yay! So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I very, very much appreciate it. Everyone who's like still here, Wedge, Link, and Pleb, Josh, stuck it through, all the folks that have come and gone. Oh, also Adam and Doom, all the stuff that folks that have come and gone. Kron, Zach, Carrie. Thank you, everybody. All you folks that are just kind of watching live and passing through that are new, thank you. Hope you come back. Besides Frieren, I have a lot of fun projects planned for the future, and we're going to keep growing and keep trying to figure out a better way to do this. I've only been streaming for 3 months, I think, so I'm still trying to figure this out, and this is my first project that I've done through stream. So, and this is a very like kind of ambitious, elaborate one, so I'm going to try to figure out how to like mix in on occasion having like smaller projects to get done in a few streams and larger ones to kind of like mix through as we go forward. But thank you so much for hanging out. I'm KGart82 on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Find me in those places. Come and see me. I'm here every Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, thank you again, all of you, for hanging out. Let's see. Let me read your last comment. Let's see. That's an interesting genre of VR games. Anyhow, it's a pleasure to have been here for 3.14 minutes. Congratulations on your progress, and don't get laryngitis. Sleep well, and may you live long and prosper. Thank you, Link. Nice stream. Catch you on the next one. Thanks, Adam. Yeah, everyone, have a good night, and like Adam said, catch you on the next one.